Come on, hop up here. They gonna want to see you. Yeah, get up there. All right, sit down right there. Sit. Sit, good girl. We're a little early. Hey, Jimmy. I'm glad you got back all right, Jimmy. Of course, you'll be headed back this way, I guess, here in a few days. I guess the signal's all right. You still on here, Jimmy? How's the picture? Hey, Teresa. I meant to text you earlier, Teresa. I was just gonna let you know that Tootsie got beautified. Give you a heads up on the live show. But you got the notification, so that's good. Let's see. Looks like everybody's hopped in here now. Hey, Gary. Hey, buddy. Jimmy saying hey to Tommy and Teresa. Oh, thank you, Jimmy. Yeah, because it was showing where like 2 was in here, then it went back to 0, and I thought, Lord, is the signal not any good right here? Yeah, I'll show Tootsie here in a minute, Teresa. Hey, Cheryl. And Jimmy saying hey to Gary with 2 R's. That's the new mountain coaster that you're looking at right now. It's supposedly, I guess, gonna open tomorrow. I haven't talked to that guy yet because I wasn't supposed to call him till tomorrow. To Garrett. Garrett told me to call him, by Wednesday to see where things stood. I mean, there's people down there, but it's just workers because they've actually got the entrance blocked off. That's the reason I'm sitting up here. I kind of sort of snuck in the back way because other than that, I was wanting to go down there in the parking lot. Fred saying hey, hello at Jeff and Tootsie camping. Just over 3 days till we see you. That's right, Fred, Connie. Yep, don't have many more days. Everybody's saying hey to everybody right now. I appreciate all y'all coming in. I need to, before it gets much darker, to apologize for all the moving and shaking. But right up here, and I started a little early too. Hey, Peyton. But that coaster goes all the way back up through in here. And that little building you're seeing up there, that's kind of the surprise that I'm talking about as far as on the video that I did for this place. That right there's got to do with the surprise. And I'm still not going to tell it, but you probably get an idea maybe what the surprise is with me showing you that part. Everybody's saying hey right now. And Cheryl says, hey, Jeff, did you get our winning tickets yet? No. Let's see. So it didn't hit again. So it's tomorrow. Do they draw again? Is it tomorrow night when they draw again, Cheryl? I believe that's right. It's I can't keep up with what night's what as far as between the Mega and the Powerball. So okay, so tomorrow night, yeah. So it means I need to get tickets tonight then, because we're over. I know we're at $1 billion. Right off Teaster, Teresa. This is right off Teaster Lane, just right down from the Mountain Mile. Right now we're looking towards, the Smoky Mountains. But if you go on past the Mountain Mile like you're going towards Sevierville, and as soon as you pass the snow tubing place, Teresa, it's just right after it. Because over this direction here, that's sort of the main intersection that's right down there. You know, where's Valley Road is sort of kind of in behind that pole. I was trying to get in a good enough spot here to where you could sort of see everything. And trying to keep that pole out of the darn view. Hey, Leslie. You snuck in here, Leslie. I didn't see where you said, hey. Okay, and she says, hey, I'm shopping again. Lord, how much? You're always shopping, Leslie. Grocery store. Thanks for showing the dumpsters. Wait a minute, where is the... Oh, I see it down. I guess that's what he's... Or no, I know what you're talking about now. When I showed the other view, the dumpster's right here beside me. Hey, well, you know me, Gary. I got to show dumpsters. I got to show rocks. I got to show a green light that's blue or something of that nature. Fred saying hey to everybody. And then there's where Cheryl answered me. Everybody's saying hey. Fred says yes, 1.1 billion, and we got our winning ticket. There you go, Fred. Hey, you going to share, Fred, if you hit? Yeah, same with me, Teresa. I guess I'll do that tonight while I'm live. Hey, Blaine. Hey, buddy. Leslie says, I was at Trader Joe's and now I'm at Chick-fil-A. Okay, so not the grocery store. You're going through drive-thrus. Blaine says, just got back to RV, had dinner at Applewood Farmhouse Restaurant. Hey, did you like it, Blaine? Me and Dennis and Teresa and Josh and Stacy and their kids, we all went and ate there. That syrup that they got, we done breakfast there. We didn't do dinner, but we done breakfast. And that syrup that they got, Lord, it's good. It's to die for. Fred says, as long as there is no dumpster diving. Right. And Fred's saying, hey, and that he'd see Blaine soon. And Jimmy saying hey to Blaine. Cheryl saying hey. Blaine says, great day. They feed you for the whole week in one. That's right, Blaine. You're right. Well, that's good. I'll have to try out their dinner then. I've done their breakfast, but not their dinner. Leslie says, did you get your ears lowered yet? That's not till Thursday, Leslie. I was going to tell that here after a while. Come here, Tootsie. Get back up here. Come on. Come on, because everybody's coming in now. Come on, get up here. Come here. Come on. Come on. I was waiting till everybody get up. Get up here so that way they can see you. All right, there's the star of the show. She got beautified. She's got her fall bandana. They put the fall one on her. She's looking around now. But yeah, I come over here so that way sort of give y'all a different view, different angle of this new mountain coaster. And there's a few things that I didn't tell in that video of mine, and I'll go ahead and admit it. When I do videos like that, it's hard for me to remember what all to tell and explain things unless if I'm 100% on what I'm showing and telling, because there was so much that was told to me that day, you know, because I wrote it before I even shot the video. But like I said, though, it's supposed to open up tomorrow, I think, if not tomorrow, by this weekend. But it's you know, it's not like the goat coaster, and it's not like Alpine. It's more like Rocky Top. Now I haven't tried the other one, the Skyland, so I'm not sure how it does, but this one here is more like Rocky Top. Now you sit right here, they're gonna want to see you for a little bit for the ones that's just coming in. But it's you know, for the ones that, if any of y'all have rode Rocky Top, which is out there at Dollywood, that mountain coaster, this one's more like that one. I mean, it's a long ride. You definitely get your money's worth with this one though. I can't remember exactly what the prices were. I think it was around, what was it, 16, 17 bucks, something like that. But then you could do the putt and the coaster for 28, I think, something of that nature. There's nobody. But anyhow, this one though is worth the money on account of that little surprise that you get during the ride. And that's what's gonna make this one different. It's definitely worth, because like I said though, when I wrote it, they didn't even tell me about that one little part. And when I seen it, I was like, holy moly, this is something else. So anyhow, let me get caught up on the comments. I apologize for my finger and everything. I'll go ahead and flip, because and I can show her again here in a little bit. That way y'all don't have to stare at my ugly face. Let me get caught up with you guys. Let's see, there's where Blaine just got back. Blaine says, great day. They feed you, yeah, for the whole week in one meal. Yeah, and he said it was great. Okay, right there's where I was at. They just says, oh, okay, I ruined the surprise. You didn't ruin no surprise. You was asking if I got my ears lowered. I was going to tell it, you know. Yeah, I get beautified Thursday. I get mine done Thursday. So y'all have to wait till next week or next time you see me. Leslie would ruin a wet dream. Blaine. There's Teresa saying, Tootsie. Gary says, Jeff, did you have some real flame barbecue Friday night? Was hoping to see a video on it. I don't know if any of them done video on it or not. I haven't seen any. I mean, they were there. But I know nobody went live, and I don't know if there's a video on it or not. But yeah, I tried the ribs actually. I didn't do the barbecue. I tried the ribs, and the ribs are actually pretty good. It had a real good taste to it. Blaine says we should see when it opens to be first on it. Yeah, well, I mean, it's already had people riding it. They done a soft opening last weekend, and I found out through the grapevine that they were doing that last Thursday and Friday. But of course, I didn't find out about it till Friday, so I shot over here Friday during the times that they were doing it. But as far as it opening to the public, like I say, I think that's supposed to happen tomorrow. If not tomorrow, by this weekend. And they still got a few things left to do to this place too. I mean, they don't have it all completely done as far as like the landscaping and stuff. They still, and of course the putt-putt's not open. They're waiting on the some kind of special thing for the 18th hole. At least that's what I was told. Leslie says, geez, Blaine, I like to think I can cause them and not ruin them. Teresa says, Jeff, is that your pink jacket? No, that's my Teresa, that's my closet. That's my darn bath towel. That's where I hang it. My car's my closet. Blaine's laughing at Leslie. Yeah, I knew what you was meaning there, Leslie. Yeah, she says, I hate this keyboard. Hey, Undercover Deb. Thank you. She says, you look beautiful, Tootsie. Blaine says, I met Joshy, Jeff, Miss Marie, Rob, and on Saturday night. Well, then I must have just missed you because I was there Saturday, but I left around 7:30 because I wanted to watch the Tennessee football game. And plus, I'd gotten invited as far as at the campground to this fella's camper where he got the SEC network. And so that's the reason I wasn't there, Blaine. I hate I mean, but I'm going to get to see you here in the next few days. Hey, Zeke. Fred saying hey. And Teresa says, oh. Yeah, my car's my closet, Teresa. I don't have anywhere else to put like all my clothes and stuff. So my car's my closet. But I'm down in the, I'm on the last leg. You know, don't have but a few more weeks here, and then I guess it's back to reality. I'll be back home. Blaine says I was there at 10:30. Yeah, you was there. Yeah. Well, you was there, I guess, right before they went out on the strip, because I know they undoubtedly went out on the strip and did do a video of the slammed cars. You know, the rice burners, whatever you want to call them. Okay, or just after Jeff's live. Got you. Yeah, because I knew that they'd went out there on the strip and shot a, you know, I don't know if they was live. Well, I think Dry Creek was live, and Jeff shot a video at Fantasy Golf. But I didn't see none of that till the next day. And like I said, though, I was watching football. Yeah, I'm caught up on the comments right now. But they, and I'll show this again because I know a lot of y'all just hopping in here. But right over here, and I know I'm showing the dumpsters again, but I'm zooming in. But right up the top of that hill, and I don't know how good you guys can see it. Let me try to get the camera steady. There's a little building right up there. That's part of the ride too. Of course, you can kind of make out the track going through there. But that's the surprise that I tell about in my video. But like I say, though, that's all I'm going to tell you. But you can probably figure it out from there what the surprise is going to be. But like I said, though, it's worth riding this one just to be able to well, anyhow, that's what's going to make this ride worth riding. I'll put it that way. How's that? Hey, Linda. Hey, thanks for coming in. Fred saying hey to Linda. Undercover saying hey. Jimmy says, Blaine, you must have missed me. I was there probably getting something to drink. Yeah, I don't know how long you ended up staying, Jimmy. I know Blaine, Nathan, Mingle's World, he was there. I got to meet him in person, him and his wife. But I know they left when I left. And that was around 7:30 that night. Hey, Joshy. Are you at another coaster? That's not cool. What do you mean, Joshy? I'm just showing the new one. I mean, I'm just showing this new one. That's all I'm doing. I don't have certain things as far as me personally. I just shoot whatever. Angie's saying hey to Jeff and Tootsie. Linda says hey. Blaine saying hey to Joshy. Blaine says, Jimmy, I did just miss you by like 10 minutes. Jimmy saying hey to Joshy. There's Nathan right there. I guess I will step out and say hey now. Hey, hey Nathan. Fred saying hey to Ningle's World. Ningle's World saying hey to Fred. And Fred saying hey to Angie. And I'm caught up again. But yeah, I just show different stuff around here, Joshy. I don't have no set thing. I mean, I've showed other stuff. I mean, I know Vacation Station TV, he's got the goat coaster covered. And of course, I mean, I've been live from there. I've been live from, I guess, everywhere around here. Linda says, Jeff, Tootsie's so pretty. I saw the short video of Tootsie when she was a puppy and she was brown. Yeah, I know it. She, it probably wasn't 6 months and then she went to the color she is now. But that's the reason Mama named her Tootsie, you know, because she is that dark brown when she was first born. Looked like a little old Tootsie Roll. Hey, Patrick. Angie saying, hey, Blaine says, no alliance unless goats want to sponsor you. And Pam, hey, Pam. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna go for a ride here in just a little bit. I just, like I said, I done that video on this place, and I wanted to tell a little bit more that I forgot to tell in the video that I did. I mean, but I mean, as far as me and my channel goes and all that good stuff, I have no competition with anybody. I've said that since day one. I don't even want my channel growing. I'm happy with what I have and stuff. I mean, that's just, I've said that since day one, and it's, you know, now it's growing, but I can't help that. And that's the other thing I was going to tell too tonight. I mean, them darn rod run videos that I got, I guess a lot of people like watching that stuff, because, I mean, the rod runs is what's making my channel grow, because that's all three. I mean, my last year's rod run, and then the last night of one from this year, or I guess it's spring. I guess it's the spring one, and then this past fall one. I mean, but there's three of them there that still, I mean, I can't figure it out. I don't understand it, but anyhow, that must be what people like watching. So that's what I was going to say, you know, if you do want to grow your channel, go shoot something like that. But like I said, though, I didn't know it was going to start making mine, you know, blow up like it has or whatever, as far as getting new subscribers and stuff like that, because I'm definitely not promoting my channel, that's for sure. Lady says she's the cutest Tootsie Roll I've ever seen. Thank you, Leslie. Fred saying hey. Pam's saying hey. Jimmy's saying hey. Blaine says y'all be good. If anyone in chat wants to meet up Saturday with all of us, send me a message. 11:30 on Saturday is potluck. See some of y'all soon. That's right, because we got to be there at 7:30, right, Blaine? And then we eat at 12. I mean 7:30. Shoot, 11:30, and then we're eating at 12. I believe that's right. Nathan's saying hey. Hey, David. That's right. You're in town now. I was thinking you didn't come in till tomorrow. Somehow or another, I got to meet up with you, I guess, David. That way we can put a, well, you know my face, but I don't know your face. But that way we can meet in person. Jimmy saying hey. Fred saying hey. Tootsie's done laid back in her seat and passed out. Pam says up here now, going home tomorrow. Well, I know and I know all y'all know like which campground I'm at. So if y'all, the ones that's in town or whatever, if y'all want to swing by the campground, I mean, you're more than welcome to. I'm usually there during the day, either at the camper or riding around on the golf cart, one of the two. David saying hey. Marie at the goat coaster got mine. Okay. All right, David, that's cool. Linda says, I'm sorry I can't meet everyone, maybe someday. Hey, that's no problem, Linda. That's no problem at all. I mean, there's a lot of them that come in here that you know, we probably won't ever get to meet, you know, or it'd be hard to meet. I know Virginia Alexander, you know, she lives up in Pennsylvania and far away, and then she's not able to travel right now. I know a lot of us in here would love to meet Virginia and her husband, and especially let her cook for us. Boy, we all wouldn't go hungry if we was around Virginia, I know that. Jimmy saying hey. Nathan says I wish I could come to the meetup. Yeah, I know it. You was jawing about that, Nathan, the other day there when I met you, and I mean, and I understand why. They just says they're getting 6,000 texts from his friend I don't get 6,000 from you. I might get 6, but not 6,000. Linda saying hey to Jimmy. Hey, Lordy. But yeah, oh yeah, and on the other side note, at least we didn't have to be waiting around on Tootsie this time like we did a month ago, where it wasn't until 9 o'clock before I could get her. I didn't make that mistake this time, buddy. I dropped her off this morning. I said, 1 o'clock be all right? 1 o'clock is what it was. I showed up at 1 o'clock, and they had her ready. Leslie says, oh, now come on. It's closer to like 40 a day. Well, it's a few, Leslie. I mean, it's nothing bad or yeah, I guess it just all depends on what kind of conversation we're having. Some days it's only maybe 2 or 3, and then what was it, yesterday, or hell, it might have been this morning, where we were just chatting away. This depends on our conversations, I guess, how many times. But now, if you're counting between text and then messenger, you know, then Lord, yeah, that might be closer to the 6,000. Yeah, yesterday and today. Yeah. Jimmy saying hey. Now, see, and I know that that Cookie Crumble, it's open. It's opened up too. I don't think the grand opening's happened yet, but I know it's open. It's down here at the, just not too far down the road. I guess we could head over that way. It's getting kind of dark where we're at right here now. I definitely don't want to pull forward because there's a big old curb right there. Let's see if we can sneak down this way. We'll get a little bit closer look at the putt-putt right here. Because they got this one entrance blocked as far as at this hotel. I'm going to grab the camera again, so just bear with me. We'll try to sneak down through here. See, and I don't know exactly where the 18th hole is going to be. But there's the putt-putt course here. I just know whatever it is that's keeping it from opening right now, it's got to do with the 18th hole. That's what Garrett had told me. I'm looking, they don't even have them numbered yet. Not that I can pick out yet while I'm riding by. But that's the putt-putt course. This is what I was talking about as far as the hotel having the entrance blocked. They've got this part right here blocked for some reason. I don't know why, but we'll be able to get out up here because it's the way I came in. This other entrance. And then that hotel right there in front of us, I think that's the Fairfield or no, Hilton. That's the Hilton right in front of us. I mean, check out that driveway right there has got a little bit of money involved. That's all brick and stuff. Of course, you know the Hiltons though, they always fancy their hotels up. So bear with me, and I'll catch up on chat once we get down here to the Mountain Mile. And right quick, I'm gonna try to watch for a comment. Whoever wants to tell me first. Is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month? I know November's No Shave November. I know what November is, but is it the Breast Cancer Awareness Month? Whoever wants to let me know right quick. I got a reason on asking. Because okay, Linda, well that makes sense, because look at the sky wheel. It's all pink. Okay, thank y'all for letting me know. The sky wheel is lit up in pink. Now, I don't know if it's gonna be pink all month, but that's why it's lit up. Cause I figured it's cause it was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I wasn't sure though. That's the reason I wanted to ask y'all. I know some of y'all have come in here that I probably hadn't said hey to yet, but I will. Let me get up here to the mountain mall. I'll get situated again. That way y'all can be able to see the sky wheel. Smoky Mountain, Great Smoky Mountain sky wheel. Oh, they got the train. They got the train going. I'll show you the train right quick. You can hear the noise. It's been a while since I've been up here. And I know there's crumble cookies. Of course, the train's kind of blocking the view right now. That train's pretty cool. Let me figure out where I can park. I want to be able to try to park somewhere where I can show you the view. If I can find the area here. Everybody's coming where I can't make a turn. There's definitely people in town now. I guess cause fall break's starting, and of course you got the leaf lookers, which they're starting to change up at the top of the mountain up there at Newfound Gap and Klingman's Dome up in that area, but they hadn't changed down here yet. Let's see if I can slip in over here where we can kind of sort of park somewhere and it not block nobody in. I'll try this right here, because right over there's crumbled cookies. It looks like it's blurry on my screen, but over there, right there's crumbled. That's where crumbled cookies is at. Anybody that comes into town kind of want to know, just right underneath the Mountain Monster, which is that ride right there, and that's a good ride. That's a good ride. I've done it. Let me get caught up with you guys right quick. Let's see. Okay, that's where everybody was answering my question. Okay, right there. Hang on, I'm still getting. Let's see. Leslie says that's a nice hotel. My friend Vince has stayed there. And hey, Amanda, I just took care of a scam call. Yeah, I know it, Amanda. I've been getting scam text. You know, I haven't been getting the calls. I've been getting the darn text now. But I appreciate you coming in, Amanda. Hope everything's going good with you still. I know you had that, loss in your family. So I hope everything's still going good for you, Amanda. And then that's where everybody was answering me as far as the question I asked. Amanda says it lasted 42 seconds. There you go, Amanda. Hey, next time you get one, Amanda, try to mess with them. That's what I finally did one time. Instead of just hanging up on them, I finally, played along and messed with them till they got so mad at me they hung up instead of me hanging up. Fred saying hey to Amanda. Yeah, I bet so, Amanda. Because anytime you having to deal with health issues or cancer, it's definitely no fun. Thank you, Leslie. She says that's pretty. Talking about the wheel, I'm sure by then. Jimmy saying hey. Amanda saying hey. See, Nathan says we've noticed Tanger Outlets had pumpkins, pink and pink ribbons and the corn stalks too. Okay, I hadn't seen that yet or paid attention to that yet, Nathan. Amanda saying hey. Leslie says I love that shopping center. And Amanda says I have to lose weight and stop eating greasy chicken and cheese. See, oh, bless your heart. So I don't want to. Are you talking about yourself having cancer, Amanda? I know because you made that comment right there, and if so, I definitely keep you in my prayers. I did because that's news to us. As far as that, we knew you had a loss in your family, but we hadn't heard anything about the cancer part. And the man says, if I want to fit in the train. And then Angie says, not sure if I can make it to the meetup, but I'll let you know if I can. We'll love to meet you all. That's no problem, Angie. You know where, because there'll be a lot of new people that I'll be meeting. Them darn leaf peepers. Leslie. Nathan says, yes, Newfound Gap on top of North Carolina is changing. Elevation's starting to put right. Teresa says, I wish we could come to me. I know, Teresa, I know you're just dying to come by this weekend to be able to see a lot of us. Leslie says, Jeff, your biggest fan. My mom said, hey, Leslie's mom. I'm trying to remember. Hold on a minute, Leslie. Trying to remember your mom's name there. Is it Gail? Is that right? I'm trying. If I'm wrong, Leslie, please don't get mad at me. Let's see. It jumped on me. Hold on a minute. Amanda says I played Jack Bell fart sound effects. Lord have mercy. Amanda says I'm doing better. I'm visiting my grandma. Okay, that's good. Hey, Scott. Hey, buddy. You having to work tonight, Scott? Of course, I guess I'll be seeing you again soon, too. Amanda says, no, I'm just being silly about riding the little... Oh, okay, got you. Fred's saying, hey, looking forward to seeing you again. Talking to Scott. Trish says, wow, my TV was off and it asked me if I wanted to see you on LG. I said, yes, the TV came on with you. Really? Well, now that's different. That's different. And since you mentioned that right quick, Teresa, I'll go ahead and tell this too. I've noticed that a lot of the live streams I've been watching, you'll get ads that'll pop up in a live stream. So if that happens on mine, guys, let me know. I don't think it will though, because I'm not monetized. My channel's still just a little old peon channel, which is fine with me. Because that's what I say. I'm hoping mine don't throw the ads up on y'all to where then you have to miss stuff. Because I don't know why YouTube would want to do that on a live show, because it causes you to miss things. Especially when they throw one right up in the middle of a conversation. So if it happens... Yeah, Mabel, that's it, Mabel. Now, where in the heck did I get Gail at? Lord have mercy. Uh, let's see. Scott saying hey to Fred and Connie. Amanda says I eat asparagus. I won't get the cancer problem most likely. Well, I mean that's a good thing. Scott says can't wait, Fred. It's gonna be fun. Jimmy's saying hey to Scott. David says I met Miss Marie tonight. When do the? I think he's made one of the nicest people. I think that's what David's meaning to put right there. One of the nicest people I ever met. Miss Marie's a sweetheart. She's nice as can be. Yeah, there you go. He rewrote it right there. Leslie says her arch enemy's name is Gail. Well, maybe that's where I got Gail from. Scott says, hey, Jimmy, I'm hoping you and the wife make it to the meetup. And Jimmy says, I'm trying to come, Scott. And Teresa says, I never had that happen before. Yeah, that was news to me, Teresa. As far as what she's telling her about the TV and stuff. That's pretty cool, though. Linda says, Jeff, you can be the next Golden Bachelor. Yeah, no. That's not going to happen either, Linda. Scott says, that would be great, Jimmy. Amanda says, sometimes I mess with scammers saying, Amanda, please, could you give better information on this scam? And Scott says, yeah, I'll work tonight and tomorrow night. Then we're heading to Pigeon Forge right after Eli's football game. There you go. So his football game's on, oh, that's right, because he's not playing he's playing JV instead of, so that's why their game's on Thursday. At least I'm thinking I'm telling that right, Scott. Is he still JV or is he on varsity? Because I know varsity plays on Friday nights. Amanda says, after a few raging scammers yell the call stops. Right. Yeah, usually if you can mess with them, it's like, you know, and I'm caught up on the comments right now. My uncle one time, he got one that had to do with, you know, your car warranty was about to run out. So he finally took the call and they said, yeah, we want to make sure your car stays in warranty. What kind of car do you have and stuff? And he says, I want to, you know, extend my warranty on a 1958 Corvette. They hung up on him after he got that out of his mouth. And then there was another one that he did that was even better than that, and I can't remember the whole story to it, so I don't want to try to tell it. But he had me in tears on that one. But I mean, it was, you just got to know my uncle, though. He can come up with some of the dangest things to say. I mean, he's quick on his feet. I don't have that trait. Scott says, Linda, Jeff may be the next silver bachelor if his hair hangs on. Yeah. Yeah, my hair is definitely going silver, that's for sure. But that's all right, though. And look here, it's like pissing off raccoons in a trap. Yeah. Right. You're right, Amanda. Oh, Lordy. I know my grandmother now, way back in the day when it happened, and this is not the one that just recently passed a couple years ago, or almost 2 years ago, but it was my dad's mama, and this has been a long time ago, but she got a call one time. So she acted like she was deaf or whatever. She'd go, huh? What'd you say? Wait a minute, let me put my hearing aid in. Now what'd you say? Huh? I can't hear you. You know, and just kept saying it till they finally, you know, hung up. Scott says, yeah, Eli plays JV. He's just an 8th grade. Right, that's what I was thinking. But they're talking varsity. There you go. Hey, that's pretty dang good, boys. Go in as a freshman in high school, but then you make the varsity football team. Now that's saying something. That means you're real good. Leslie says, I'm going through a car wash, so I might lose you. Okay, that's no problem, Leslie. Linda says, oh, Scott, that's funny. I said hi to you, one chat, and confused because you weren't even on. Oh, Lord. Well, I get easily confused, Linda, and y'all know me. Scott says, in the car, Leslie, or is it shower day? Lord have mercy. Amanda says, if I could make my voice deep, I would use an old man's voice talking about being able to shit right for the first time in over a month. That's funny. That's funny, Amanda. That's a good one. Leslie's laughing at Scott. Scott says, well, I'm here now, so hello, Miss Linda. Oh, Lordy, that was funny, Amanda. Now, that was a good one. That kind of reminds me of the movie called Bad Santa. I don't know if you've seen that or not, Amanda, but that's what that comment reminded me of. And for the ones that probably have seen the movie Bad Santa, y'all probably know exactly what we're talking about, or what I'm talking about. Oh, Lordy, that was funny. Now, that definitely, I needed a good laugh. Let's see, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good movie, isn't it, Amanda? Now let's see. As far as this weekend, though, the only thing that I know that's happening this weekend in Pigeon Forge, or well, it's actually Gatlinburg, is they're having the Craftsman's Fair. And the only reason I know about it is because the news has been telling it. Well, not really the news, but it's been advertising on TV, I guess I should say. They've been throwing an advertisement about it on TV. That's the only thing I know that's going on as far as, you know, this weekend, other than that new coaster down there supposedly supposed to be opening up. Because I'm sitting there trying to think if there's anything else. And I can't think of anything else. Of course, I'm sure there's other stuff that's going on. I hadn't really got on the website or done any investigation on what all's happening in the next few months, other than I know the leaves will start changing. You're gonna have a bunch of leaf lookers, and of course fall breaks are happening as far as for like kids, you know, being out of school. Amanda says, I like the scenes when the kid runs down the stairs screaming and he's passed out from, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I can't remember everything that goes on. Oh, and I didn't know he done that. Here comes the train, and I was hearing something, and he was a hollering, all aboard. Well, there goes the train again. Scott says there's some big time go-kart racing and mini golf down this. Well, yeah, I mean, other than our weekend that we're having this weekend, I was just meaning as far as events. But yeah, you're right, Scott. I'm sure there's going to be some go-kart racing happening this weekend. We're definitely going to have to get with everybody at that meetup and find out who all wants to go, and we'll get us a time and place, and we'll go have some fun on some go-karts. Amanda says, I have it downloaded. Okay. Hey, Derek. Hey, buddy. Thanks for coming in, Derek. I know you're probably wishing you're still here, too. Jimmy says, Scott, football and dirt bikes is what's wrong with my knees now. And Amanda's saying, hey to Derek. Scott says, the leaves are changing pretty quick around here. Oh, yeah, because you're up there in elevation, too, Scott. Amanda says Florida is getting cool. It's probably cold. It don't really get cold here till the weekend. We got some kind of cold front coming through Friday, and because after Thursday the bottom falls out, and then I think over the weekend it's supposed to be in the 40s for the low here in Pigeon Forge. So that'll start turning the leaves down here in the valley. That's for sure. And yes, Pigeon Forge is in the valley. It's only 1,001 feet above sea level. Don't believe me? Look it up. Everybody thinks Pigeon Forge is in the mountains, and it's not. You're in the valley. let's see. Scott says, "Oh no, Jimmy," and we do both. Okay, so you're coming. You're coming Friday. You coming just for the day, Derek, or you bringing the camper? And you don't have to. You can let me know on Facebook. You don't have to tell it on here if you don't want to. Nathan says, Jeff, I'm gonna go. I got some TikTok videos to edit. Hey, that's fine. You go right ahead, Nathan. And like I said, it was nice meeting you and your wife the other day. I really enjoyed that. Fontana Dam and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Catch you guys next time. Yeah, I'll see you on the next go around, Nathan. Fred says 64 is the high there Saturday. Yeah, it's going to be chilly here this weekend. Leslie says, I can't wait until we walk through the Christmas. I know it, Leslie. Once we figure out what day we're going to do that, I'll shoot over. And me and Tootsie will go walking with y'all. I'll at least have that to look forward to. Because it's going to be here in the next, few weeks there. It's going to be a sad day. Got to go back to the real world. Amanda says, peace in the valley of moonshine and wild girls right. Derek says, okay. All right. Hey, Derek, you coming to where I'm at, or are you going to a different one? And you don't have to answer that if you don't want to either. You can let me know on Messenger. Hey, Ed. Yeah, not a whole lot, Ed. There ain't much going on really. Just out piddling around, riding around, seeing what all we can see. That's about it. Just sitting here chatting with everybody in here in the live show. Fred and Connie saying hey to Ed. Hey, Fred, right quick. Now, tomorrow night, now no kidding, and I'm kind of surprised I knew all what I knew on as far as Green Acres, but now tomorrow night, Twilight Zone, I watched that when I was little, so I don't know if I'll even know any of the answers tomorrow night. I'll just have to wait and see what the questions are, but I'll be watching though and chatting with you guys. Let's see, Derek says, yeah, but I'm in okay. All right, well, that's cool. Well, I'll get to see you again then. Scott says, that cold front is actually Amber. She's so cold-hearted that she changes the climate. Amber, if you're on here, knock him upside the head. Knock your hubby upside the head, Amber. Let's see, Ed retracted something. Scott saying hey, Jimmy saying hey, Ed saying hey. Fred says, gave a hint as to what is covered in our community tab. Okay. All right. I hadn't been on YouTube, at least not watching anything. I got on there today to see if I had any more comments to catch up on, because I was behind on that the other day and got caught up. And then I checked again this morning before I took Tootsie actually to the groomers to make sure, and there was only a couple on there that I had to respond to. Other than that, that's all I've been on YouTube wise. So I'll go check that out, Fred, as far as on your community tab there. Ed saying hey, Jimmy says 1010 or 1010. I'm not sure what he's meaning by that. Ed saying hey to Jimmy. And Leslie says, nice and clean now. There you go, Leslie. So you're not stinking no more, Leslie? Or is Larry not stinking no more? Oh, by the way, that reminds me. Hey, Leslie, because I guess Larry's with you. How's he, or is he at work? Because, no, he shouldn't be at work now. But how's Larry doing, though? I keep meaning... And I was gonna wait till he come in actually, but while I got it on my mind, how's Larry been doing though? Because I have completely forgot to ask him about how his back's doing. Where he had that, his back was hurting him and stuff. So how's Larry been doing? No more dirty beaver, Leslie. Oh, Lordy. Lordy. Leslie says, Larry's doing fantastic, Jeff. He is driving right now. He be okay. That's what I said. I didn't know for sure if he is with you or not. Well, tell him I'm glad he's doing a whole lot better. And Scott's laughing at Leslie's comment. Okay, that's cool. Well, hey, Larry, you hurry up and get home so that way you can join in on the fun. No, I'm just picking. Hell, you don't even have to come in. But I definitely wanted to, because I knew it'd been a couple weeks that I'd even asked, how your back was doing and how you was getting along. Let's see. Derek says, it was nice talking, but I've got to get back to work. Good night. Hey, thanks for coming in, Derek, and I'll see you here real soon, buddy. And Lady says, we're almost home. Y'all be safe going home, as far as heading home. I was going to say, David, I know you're in Gatlinburg, but if you're going to head here to Pigeon Forge, give me a heads up or whatever. You can come crush my live if you want to. That's up to you, though. You don't have to do that. I was just throwing that out there. Scott says, yeah, there he goes again, going all aboard. Scott says, Larry, keep your eyes on the road and off the beaver. Lord have mercy. Well, at least y'all are keeping it fun tonight. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. That darn song. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Old Tim McGraw. Yeah, Leslie's laughing at Scott. Leslie, and you got me reading that stuff out loud, Leslie, and you got the kids with you in the car. Of course, they probably got their earbuds in. Thank the Lord. That just now hit me. Hey, David, that's no problem. I can completely understand that you're in for tonight. That's no problem whatsoever. But if you want to swing by the campground anytime, you're more than welcome to. Other than that, I might try to run into you at the goat coaster or something. Or hey, David, are you going to be here for the meetup as far as Saturday? And if I've already asked you that, or if you've already told the answer to that, I apologize. I mean, like I said, it's all I can do to keep up with everybody. But I can't remember if you said you was going to be there Saturday for the meetup or not. Leslie says, Jeff, that's what Larry says about the beaver. Talking about that song. Good Lord. Linda says, hey, Scott, glad you came in. My friend Lisa called, and I'm watching Dancing with the Stars on mute, so I'm just catching up now. Well, that's no problem, Linda. I mean, I know you're talking to Scott. Hey, Virginia. What'd you retract, Virginia? You put that back up there, Virginia. We all want to see it. Hey, Dan. Hey, buddy. Okay, David's at the Gatlinburg Inn. I know where that's at. You're about middle ways in town there. You're right next to the Skylift, or whatever it's called now. Fred saying hey to Virginia and everybody, and Dan. And hey, Spaceman. Hey, buddy. Hey, thanks for coming in. Oh, you gotta leave Friday morning. Yeah, you're gonna miss it by one day. Gonna miss it by one day. Let's see. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Hey, David? What's your plans looking like tomorrow? Reason I'm asking, I can meet you at the goat coaster around 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, if that works for you. And if you want to just let me know on here, I can I can plan on that tomorrow, where we can meet each other. Okay, he says I'm gonna look you up sometime tomorrow. Hey, John Esper. Hey, buddy. Hey, thanks for coming in. Virginia says listening and watching. Yeah, I knew the baseball, but the Braves, they're not having to play till they're waiting. The Braves are kicked back and waiting till the playoffs start. John says good evening, everybody in chat from nice and warm Columbus, Ohio, where it's 75 degrees. And Ed's agreeing with Virginia, watching baseball there. David's, that's where I read David's. Virginia's saying hey. Scott says, Linda, I'm supposed to be folding clothes and packing, but I'm not good at, hey, Scott, you know good and well I'm not any good multitasking. Fred and Connie's saying hey. Spaceman saying hey. Virginia saying hey, Scott saying hey, Pam saying hey, Spaceman saying hey to everybody, Virginia saying hey, everybody's saying hey. Let's see, Dan the Mountain Man says, my plan is to drive over Saturday morning. I'll get off of work if they don't schedule overtime. Right, I remember you telling that here a week or so ago, Dan. As long as you don't have the overtime, you're going to try to come over for the day. Virginia's saying hey, everybody's saying hey. Fred says going to be at the Meetup. Dan, yeah, he's going to try to, Fred. Of course, I know he'll answer you. David says, okay, I'll plan on 3 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. All right, yeah, that sounds good to me then, David. I will put that in my memory up here in my head, and then I'm also going to put it in my phone when I get off here. And I'll meet you there at 3 o'clock, and I'll have it don't supposed to be too hot tomorrow, so I'll try to have Tootsie with me. Also, I'll just have to wait and see, if it's too warm on her or not. But more likely I'll try to bring her with me though, because you hadn't got to meet me in person. I don't guess the phone's picking up that music too much. The only reason I'm saying that is just so that way the ones that watch the reruns, it won't cut any of this out. Stupid YouTube. Teresa's saying hey to Virginia. Virginia's saying hey to everybody. Dan says hope to get a little sleep Saturday morning before heading over. Yeah, well, luckily, Dan, you don't have too far of a drive. That's the good thing. I wished I lived as close as you and Nathan, versus the drive I have. Linda's talking to Virginia. They're asking her a question. Virginia's saying hey to TME. Dan says have to head back to work. All right, well, don't work too hard, Dan. And hopefully I'll see you again Saturday. Yeah, you had a 2-hour drive. And I think Nathan in Inglesworld, he's like an hour and a half, if I remember right, something like that. TME says, Leslie, tell Lion Larry I said hey. Yeah. Lord have mercy. Yeah, that's what we'll plan on, David. That's what we'll plan on. Spaceman saying bye to Dan. Virginia letting Linda know that we got in the 80s today. Angie saying hey. Leslie says, he says hi back to Teresa. TME TV Teresa. And then Scott says, Jeff, I can't wait to meet you. I'm sure a black Scott. Just wait till we get on the go-karts again, Scott. We'll go to that other one too. Well, we'll do both of them. But we need to all go to at least that one that's the oval. That's the one we all need to go to. I'm telling you, them things are fast. And it's a little bit better because you actually can race. You can actually race. Versus, the way Blake Jones is set up. I mean, you can race at Blake Jones, don't get me wrong. But you don't get beat to death as bad at the other one. Your left side, though, gets real sore. That's the only downfall to it, because you're always leaning on your left side the whole time. Virginia saying, hey. David says, it'll be easy to find 304, 3.5. Lord have mercy, David. Yeah, that's no problem. I know you'll be able to hunt me and Tootsie down. From what all y'all tell me all the time, y'all spot Tootsie out before you do me, which I can understand that too. I mean, that happens with strangers. They all want to come see Tootsie. They don't worry about me, which I don't mind it. Linda says, Virginia, it was in the 80s in Massachusetts. That's what Linda's saying to Virginia. And Virginia's saying, see you, Dan. Everybody's telling Dan bye. Yeah, we can do Blake's and the Fun Zone. I think it's called Fun Zone. It's the one on down past Fantasy, down towards the Gatlinburg end. You know, it's right beside the one that they had tore down that I showed last week. I think it's Fun Zone or Speed Zone or something. Anyhow, it's down on the well, if you're heading towards Gatlinburg, it'll be on your left, and it's after Fantasy Golf. And it's an oval. It's an oval track. That's the one we need to try to hit. All of us need to try to go to that one too. As far as the ones that want to go ride go-karts. Scott says, I don't know the one you're talking about, but yeah, we'll hit it up for sure. Yeah, that's it's on down past Blake's and stuff, Scott. I didn't I've showed it a time or two on my lives, Scott, but I didn't realize they were that fast till here, what was it, 3 weeks ago or something, whenever I first told about it, or a month ago maybe. Linda says, David, you did well walking that trail in your video. You're okay. So there you go. John says, did you send that video? Yeah, I did, John. I forgot to. Did I not answer? Well, I mean, I thought I answered you back, John, and told you that I sent that to Leslie, because that was a good one. That was a good one that you put on there, John. Yeah, I had to send that one to Leslie. I thought I answered you, and if I didn't, I apologize. And it's probably on my phone to where I might have forgot to hit the send button. Ed says, exactly where's the meetup going to be and what time? Ed, I see, and I don't think Blaine's still in here, but it's going to be at Ware's Farm Park. 11:30 is when we're supposed to be there, and we're eating at 12. I'm not sure. I can't remember which pavilion he said it was. If it's that first one or second one, but it's one of the two. But they're both right there at the road. But it's Saturday. Saturday at 11:30, and 12 o'clock when we're eating at the Ware's Farm Park on Ware's Valley Road. David says, yeah, I'm down here on my yellow motorcycle. Okay. I'll definitely be able to spot out a yellow motorcycle. Linda says, Jeff, did you say you were filming at the No, I don't know if anybody is, but I wasn't planning on it, because I know I'm going to be meeting a lot of new people and new faces, so I don't want to have to worry about filming or anything like that. I'm just not, geared that way, unless if I get asked to or something of that nature by the crowd that's going to be there. Other than that, I'm just going to be hanging out with everybody that's there, and because I'll have Tootsie with me and all that good stuff. I'm not going to worry with the camera, but I'm sure some people will have videos, or even might be live. I don't know. I just know I'm not planning on doing it. Not that it wasn't yesterday, Virginia. His barbecue was Saturday and Sunday, and when I was there Saturday, I didn't see anybody filming or being live, and of course I didn't see anything on YouTube. Sunday, I'm not sure. I don't know about Sunday. I didn't make it Sunday. Leslie says, which one? Okay, Fred says it's pavilion number 2. I was thinking number 2, but I didn't want to tell for sure without knowing. Leslie, what are you asking right there where you're saying which one? John says the one where the girl thought she found the perfect guy that he was not. Oh, yeah. She's asking about that. Yeah. Yeah, me and Leslie send so much stuff to each other as far as funny stuff. But yeah, he's talking about that commercial, Leslie, where he's not on social media. That was a dang good one. Scott says, just look for the cute little dog wearing a t-shirt that says, I'm with Crazy. That's Jeff. No, Scott. It's if you ask Gary with 2 R's, it wouldn't say I'm with Crazy. It would say I'm with Fiasco. I need to make me a shirt that says that. Copyright it. Sell it. No, I'm just. I ain't even about to start that. Ed says, is that the place that you get that you guys got in trouble at? Like, right, same place, Ed, same place. Leslie says, oh yes, John, that was a good one. And John says, yeah, she got it. I thought that video was hilarious. Yeah, it was. That's why I sent it to Leslie, because I thought it was a good one too. Linda saying, Scott. Scott says, Linda, there's several that will be live at the potluck. I'll try to video what I can. Okay, so there you go. So there'll be people live or doing videos. Yeah, I know you was talking to John, Leslie, after I figured it all out. And like I said, I know I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Fred says, hopefully everyone will be live Saturday. Live. No Walking Dead. Right. Right. Linda says, thanks, Scott. I can't wait to see people, especially Fur Child Tootsie. Well, you get to see Tootsie now. I'll have her back on here in just a little bit. Ed says, I know where it's at. And Gary's saying thumbs up. See, I knew Gary was still in here. He just don't comment a whole lot, which is fine. I don't mind the ones that just sit back and watch. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Scott says, with this bunch, Fred, no guarantees. Well, I just know I'm going to be chatting with people, because I know there's going to be people that I haven't met before. And like I said, I'm going to have Tootsie with me. So whoever is live or whoever does a video, I'm sure they'll get Tootsie in the the shot, the video, whatever you want to, call it. Other than that, I don't want to do it because that's just too much going on for me at one time. Because if I was to go live or even shooting a video, then I'm having to concentrate on that, and I'm not able to socialize with everybody. And y'all know me, I like to socialize. at least some of y'all know that. Let's see. Scott said, let's see, no, I read that. Hey, Janet. Oh, fun. When is the potluck? It's Saturday. What? I'm trying to pronounce your name. Waika. I don't want to butcher that, and I apologize. I'll call you like AKA or something. And like I said, I apologize. If you want to try to throw it up on how to pronounce your name for me. But I appreciate you coming in. You're new to me. Yeah, 12 noon Saturday. Well, it's 11. It's actually 11:30 though, isn't it, Fred? We're eating at 12, but we're supposed to be there at 11:30. And Scott says, if Leslie's not there Saturday and things go south, who will have to go redneck on MP? Well, Blaine's got it covered, so we shouldn't have to go redneck on anybody, because Blaine, like they is all telling him, he cheated and made reservations instead of going in it, wide open, blind, and not doing the RSVP. Janet says, thanks. You're welcome, Janet. I appreciate you coming in. Cool. Hey, thank you, AKA. I just, like I said, I don't want to butcher your name. And I apologize that I don't know how to really pronounce that right. Linda says, oh, OMG, Scott. Fred says, be there at 11:30, potluck at 12. And Leslie says, Scott, I would have protected you if I was there. And Spaceman says, Fred, you still coming? Yeah, Fred's going to be there, Spaceman. I'm in Alabama, USA. Hey, cool. Down there where Nick Saban is. Of course, I don't, from what I've been hearing, not too many people's happy with Nick Saban at the moment. But old Alabama, though, they're still hanging in there. I mean, they're still hanging in there. Scott says Blaine is telling everyone 11 because of Amber. She is late for everything. Scott says, see, Leslie, you need to be there. Leslie would be here, but she wants Larry to save up his days for after Thanksgiving there. If it wasn't for that, she'd be down here. Spaceman says, I asked Blaine if he wanted to start a food list to prevent getting 30 containers of pickled potato salad. And hey, Larry, hey, buddy, my Lord, I thought I'd never get in here. Well, I told you not to be in no hurry, Larry. And Leslie says, I wish I could. And Spaceman says, Scott, I think Amber might be kin to me being late. And Virginia's saying, Larry. Yeah, Larry's in the house now. Yeah, they finally made it. Oh, I'm glad y'all made it home all right. Let's see, I guess, let me change views now. Where's some of our regulars tonight? Joshua was in here. He was in here. He might still be in here, Linda. He made a comment earlier. Like I said, a lot of people just kick back and listen and watch, which it's cool with me too, because sometimes I do that. I'll just sit and watch and listen. All right, here we go. I was changing the view where y'all can see the sky wheel, where it's, for the ones that's just coming in, it's lit up in pink because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We'll change the view up a little bit. All right, let's see. Scott saying, laughing at Spaceman there, not laughing at him, but laughing at his comment. And Larry says, I sped all the way home so I wouldn't be late. Larry, you wasn't late to begin with. Larry saying, hey. Virginia says, that's what I was doing for a while, lurking. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't look down on any of that mess. I mean, like I said, for the ones that want to chat, they're going to chat, and for the ones that don't want to chat, they're just going to watch and listen. And then if there's ones that don't even want to come in at all, that's fine too. Like I said, I don't promote my channel. I don't care for it to grow. It's growing on its own, and I kind of sort of hate it in a roundabout way, But so far, it's working out all right because I'm not getting 100 or so people in here at one time and having to keep up with even more. But if I do, I do, and I'll do the best I can. But with me not having nobody to help read the chat and all that, it makes it hard on me. And like I say, and like y'all are saying, all my regulars are in here, so I'm happy with that. But I know I'll end up meeting more and more people. I mean, that's just part of it. I know it's going to happen, unless if I just quit YouTube altogether. That's the only way it won't happen. But as long as I don't promote it and all that, it'll do it slowly instead of fast. Ed says, I was sleeping until my wife turned the mattress. Ed, Lord have mercy. Virginia says, I did give you a thumbs up. Hey, I appreciate it, Virginia. And like I said, I don't, you know, thumbs up, thumbs down, middle finger, sideways finger. It don't matter to me. Larry says, that egg in that skillet over there looks delicious. Yeah. And Spaceman says, Jeff, has Tootsie got into any more fast food bags lately? Nope, not lately, Spaceman. I do my best to make sure that I snatch those bags up if I do have any in the car and if she's with me. Yeah, because I know that happened back home there where y'all got to, well, you didn't get to see it, but y'all got to hear it live. She tore all into that food. Ed says she said she was turning the mattress. I think she was rolling my butt out of bed. And there's Larry. He's giving me the middle finger and the sticking out his tongue. Or actually, he's isn't that the hungry face or the yum? You know, like you're enjoying food. But either way, it don't matter. I mean, you can stick out your tongue at me. And that's just cause we know each other. I mean, you know, I pretty much know all y'all in here. At least I feel like I do and stuff. Because I mean, we chatted for so long, and we're getting close. We're getting close to a certain thing. We're not far from an anniversary, a certain anniversary. And of course, I'll let y'all guys know when that day happens. As long as I remember. Good Lord. Me and my memory. Spaceman says, Jeff, my wife is excited to meet Tootsie. Hey, Tootsie will be excited to meet all you guys. And of course, getting to see the ones that she's already met again. Because that's one thing good about her. She usually, once she meets you one time, she remembers you from then on. It's amazing how dogs are like that. I mean, it does amaze me how they, you know, because it's like she knows when I'm getting ready to pull into the campground. She knows when we're getting ready to pull in at home. Hell, she knows what I'm saying half the time. Because she'll cock that head sideways a little bit. And I know I got a few videos where I'm talking to her and you'll see her turn her head just a little bit sideways. And that's because she's, you know, paying attention to what I'm saying. But it amazes me how she does that and how she knows. Leslie says, Tootsie is a pleasure. She's a doll every time I see her. Hey, thank you, Leslie. But now you got to admit, Leslie, she gets more excited about seeing your kids than the rest of us. Linda says, Jeff, that Tootsie's birthday video is so adorable. Tootsie's so smart. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, Mama raised a good one, that's for sure. I mean, she definitely got lucky. She definitely got lucky with Tootsie and raised a, you know, and that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to do the same thing and do as good as I, you know, do the best I can with her also. I definitely don't want Mama coming back and haunting me. Laser says, most people get more excited to see my kids. I'm used to Scott says, we're getting closer, Jeff. If you're asking if we can cuddle, I'm sure Amber won't mind. Oh, Lordy. Scott. That's what I love about all y'all in here and stuff. You know, how we can just talk to each other and have fun and just cut up and, just have fun. I mean, that's the reason I like doing live shows more than I do videos. I enjoy the live shows. Well, and I'm not saying just mine. I mean, when Scott goes live, and Fred and everybody else, Josh and Stacy, Vacation Station TV, Dry Creek, when we all go live, I usually try to get on everybody's as long as unless if I'm at my computer, I'll see it. But other than that, I have to be paying attention to my phone to be able to make the lives on time, because my stupid phone won't make a noise like Facebook and Messenger and the weather apps that I have. They'll all make them little noises to let you know you got a notification, but dadgum YouTube, I don't know what it is. At least on my phone, it won't make a sound. It shows it up, it does a drop down banner when people go live or put up a video. Other than that, I have to be looking at the phone to know it. If I'm at the computer though, the computer lets me know right off the bat. Virginia says, wish I could be there. Yeah, I know it, Virginia. There's a lot of us wishing you could be here. But it might be a good thing that you're not coming, Virginia. And I'm definitely not meaning this in a bad way, because if we knew that you were coming, Virginia, then nobody would be bringing any food, because they'd know you'd bring all the food. And we'd be so excited on top of that. Scott says, I don't know, we had an anniversary coming. It's my anniversary. Scott's what I'm meaning. Yeah, y'all don't need to get me nothing. It's my YouTube anniversary. It's what I was, I was kind of going to wait till it got a little bit closer, or do it on the day, because I know it's still a couple weeks away. But as far as doing the live shows, we're coming up on a year. We're coming. I actually checked on it here. I don't know. I looked at it 3 or 4 weeks ago or something to try to get an idea, and I found exactly what day it is. Because it's on my channel. So that's what I was meaning. As far as me being live for a year, or doing live shows, we're coming up on a year. Spaceman says, watching video where you and Tootsie, she got the ride on it. I did it during the day there. What it was that was back when I first met Vacation Station TV at his little meetup there at Patriot Park. Somebody had a voucher that was good for 2 rides for the Sky Wheel. And so I went during the day, but when I rode it during the day there, I asked him, I said, hey, I've got a small dog with me. I said, is she able to ride on this also? And they said, yeah, sure. I said, well, I'll come back tonight since I got this other ride. I said, I'm going to ride it at nighttime. So that's why that video of her being with me, and that's why it's at nighttime, because I wasn't sure if she could go or not. So and luckily, like I said, I had 2 free rides. So I got to ride it twice, but she only got to ride it once. All right, let me get caught up. All right, right there, Spaceman. Hey, Barb and Bill and Barb. Hi, Jeff and Tootsie, everyone. Looks like a nice evening tonight. It is. It hadn't cooled off his face tonight. I have built a fire for the past week, past like 10 days. I have burned some wood, but it hadn't cooled off as fast tonight as it has been being for the past 6-7 days. Fred's saying hey to Barb and Bill. Leslie says, Scott, the first anniversary is paper, so I'm sure money will be significant. Sufficient. Lord, I said that word wrong. Virginia's laughing because about her cooking, because we all love Virginia's cooking, even though we've never got to eat it, but we know it's good. Spaceman says, "Yep, it'll be great to see Virginia." You got that right, Jeff. Linda says, "Virginia, I wish you could meet you and Leslie for sure." And Leslie says, "Oh, Linda, you're sweet. I'm awkward and weird in person." And Virginia says, "Thanks, guys. I appreciate that." Ed says, "Your anniversary coming up is one of the best things that's happened." I don't know about all that, Ed. But I figured out, when it did, we'd try to celebrate it somehow or another. I'd try to maybe figure out something to do to celebrate it. Being 1 year of getting to go live. Scott's laughing. Leslie, Spaceman says, "Jeff, seeing a blow up doll on one of your videos, was that you?" No, that was the thumbnail that I used for a guy right before I was going live at the rod run there. A guy was going by with that hanging out his back window, and Rob says, go get it as a thumbnail. Go, so here, and I'd already had my thumbnail, so I had to get in there and edit it right quick and go chase him down the street. And told him, I said, "Hold up a minute." I said, "I'm going to take a picture of that right quick." So I used it as a thumbnail. And I guess that's why that certain video is blown up too with the views, is on account of that thumbnail. Who knows? I have no idea. Let's see. Scott says, "Virginia, if you come, then we'll show you. We'll show your first video." Yeah. Scott's saying, Virginia, that he'll video your first cooking show for you. And Virginia says, "No, Leslie, I saw you on Jeff's live." Wait a minute, what did I miss something that Leslie said? Yeah. Virginia knows better, Leslie, that you are sweet. Virginia's saying, "Scott." And Scott says, "Yes, Spaceman, he calls her a Manda." Yeah. And Billy Barb saying hi to everybody. Leslie says, "Virginia, I'm comfy around Jeff. I'm awkward with everyone else." You are not, Leslie. I know better. Virginia says, "Scott, it would be the first tube I was on." YouTube I was on. Yeah, well, hey, now, Virginia, that's technically not true, because you was on Dry Creek's first YouTube. You were on there, like one of their lives, Virginia. Remember, you sent them a picture. You sent them a picture, because I remember that. We all got to finally see you. We hadn't seen you in person, but we did see a picture of you. You might have forgot about that. Linda says, "Leslie, you have a great personality. You would have me laughing. I think everybody gets how you would be. Jeff thinks you're the top, so I would like you too." And Spaceman's laughing at Scott. Leslie says, "Thank you, Linda. Me and Jeff do get along great." Well, that's because me and Leslie's crazy. we tell each other that all the time. We're both crazy as all get out. Spaceman says, "My wife says that's why they all say, Jeff, about the blow up doll." And Scott says, "Tootsie doesn't chase cars, but Jeff does." Yeah. Hell yeah, I did, Scott. I chased him down the road there that night. I sure did. Lord, you got me tickled. Ed says, "Jeff, was it a blow-up doll that got my attention, or was it the other thing?" Or, wait a minute. Jeff, it wasn't a blow-up doll that got my attention. It was the other thing. Well, and I'm sure that's why other people's watching it too, Ed, is because of the other thing. Virginia says, "But I was on a live YouTube before that, Jeff." Okay. What, you talking about your picture, though? I mean, I know you've been on other lives, but I didn't know as far as either by picture or in person though. Have you been on any YouTube videos or lives as far as through a picture or being in person? That's what I was. Yeah, we are crazy, Leslie. That's what I was meaning, Virginia. Because that's, because okay, you was videoed in person. Okay, well, if you can, Virginia, what channel was that? Because I'll go watch it. And if you don't want to tell, Virginia, just let me know. You don't have to. I'm just asking. Or you can actually, you got my number, Virginia. You can just send me a text and let me know. Do it that way. If you don't want to tell it, on here. And I can completely understand that too. Because I know, people's private, and there's nothing wrong with being private. Linda says, Jeff, remember that guy doing rock, paper, scissors with the bullhorn? Yeah. He didn't do it as much on Saturday night. He done it a couple times, but now Friday night, though, he's getting with it. He is getting with it Friday night, and he's getting so daggum mad, and he is a cussing because he was losing more than winning. I'm right here at the Mountain Mile, Bill and Barb. I'm right here at the Mountain Mile. And we're looking at the Sky Wheel. The Mountain Mile's just right behind me. Like old time pottery. And I was showing where Crumbled Cookies was at because they're getting ready to have our grand opening. And then that new Azul, I guess is how you say it, it's right behind me. You're looking at Teaster as far as the road right in front of you. That's Teaster Lane. Spaceman says, I've got you on my phone and Smoky Mountain Joy on my TV. There you go. Yeah, I was on their live. Was that yesterday, Spaceman? Was that when they was live yesterday? I believe it was, because I had started a fire and I hopped off. I think it was live yesterday because some of them darn little slam cars were still here. They're finally all gone now. Virginia says, I don't broadcast it. I froze on that one. It's very difficult to even say hi. I didn't even sound like me. I think Spaceman saw it. Okay. Yeah, that's no problem, Virginia. Hey, I'll tell you a little tidbit on me, Virginia. That I had never told or whatever. But this is back when I was younger. I was always behind the camera, but I remember the first time I got on camera, I kind of froze myself. I didn't know how to act or do or anything like that, but that was way back in the day. Now it don't bother me. It don't bother me to be on camera now. Yep, good quiet spot, Tootsie. Yeah, she's with me. I'm getting ready to show her again because that's what I was going to tell you guys too. I'm going on not much sleep because I had to get up early this morning to take Tootsie to get beautified. Spaceman saying yes. So yeah, I'll flip the camera around here in just a little bit and let everybody see Tootsie again where she got beautified today. And we didn't have to worry about it being a 12-hour beautification this time like last time. And isn't that funny though, because it didn't hit me till after I dropped her off. I said, dang, last time she got beautified was on a Tuesday because I had to go live and we had to sit there and wait on her till 9 o'clock at night to even get done. Had her for 12 hours. I didn't make that mistake this time. 1 o'clock, buddy, she's ready. I got her at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Laser says, back when you were chess champion. Yeah, somewhere. Well, it might have been a little bit after that, because that was in high school, Leslie. That was in high school when I finished 10th in the nation. Virginia says, I have never liked my picture taken, even when I was a kid. I've seen the pictures and stuff. That never did bother me. it was being, videoed or I didn't mind being videoed, but it's whenever if the camera was pointed at me and I was having to talk, that was what I was meaning as far as where I had to adapt to that or get used to it. And same goes for even when I started this YouTube. You go back and watch my first video, first live. I guarantee you it's night and day between what it is now. I hadn't done it yet, but Lord knows, I bet it's ridiculous. I probably look horrible from the first one up until now, as far as chatting with everybody, and it's because it's all new to me, and I was having to get used to it. Let me get caught up with you guys. Scott says, I get nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs on the cat. Scott. Leslie says, I'm the same way, Virginia. I'm horrified by it. Yeah, I see, Larry and Leslie used to go live back in the day. This was even before I knew them. And I've tried like heck to get them to start doing it again. I don't know what changed as far as that part. Let's see, wait a minute, it jumped on me there. Scott says, I'm like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hand. Jimmy's laughing at Scott. Leslie's, I know that movie too. Virginia says, feels horrible, huh, Leslie? And Ed's laughing at Scott. Leslie says, yes, Virginia. I turned beet red. And Linda says, Jeff, my husband and I were on a talk show in 1996, and that was one of the, that was nerve-wracking. Oh, I bet so. Now, a talk show, that's even, I don't even now, I don't know that I'd be able to act the same on a talk show as I do on YouTube right now, because that's, go on a talk show, that's big time. That's getting big time there. That's pretty cool. I've watched talk shows on TV, but I haven't been to one in person. I mean, as far as even watch one in person. And I'm caught up now at the moment. Linda, which talk show was it? If you can tell. And if you can't, that's fine too. I didn't know if you could tell which talk show it was. Scott says, Jeff, I could have swore I saw you on Jerry Springer one time. Hey, Scott, no, it wasn't me, but I kid you not, though. They was a couple from Caldwell County that made it on to Jerry Springer. You might can Google it and type in Caldwell County couple Jerry Springer or whatever and be able to see that episode. But that's the dang truth. It'd been a while before I'd even found out about it. But when I did, I watched it though. I didn't know them, but they were from my neck of the woods. And Lord, it was a crazy show too. Of course, all of Jerry Springer's is crazy. The result says that was a lie. Spaceman says, well, gonna call my mom. Hey, Spaceman, tell Mom we all said hello, and thanks for coming in, buddy, and I guess I'll see you here soon. Ed says, Scott, you sure that wasn't Maury? Yeah, Maury Povich. No, he's more likely meaning Jerry Springer. Virginia says, good night, because my uncle got me hooked on Jerry Springer way back in the day. Everybody's saying good night to Spaceman. Scott says, no joke, I'll have to check that. Yeah, that's no joke, Scott. I am dead serious. Spaceman says, bye, Virginia. And Billy Barb says, that's not Spaceman to call your mom. Good night. Oh, yeah, it's always nice to call you mom and dad and stuff. I wish I could still call mine. But I talked to them through the big guy in the sky. Scott's saying, good point, Ed. And Scott says, talk to you soon, spaceman. And Ed says, you are not the father. Right. Yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah, and the results are, you're not the father. Or the results are in, and it says you are not the father. You know, they always want to leave you hanging. Which I know a lot of y'all know that Jerry Springer, I mean, the stories are somewhat true, but it is pro wrestling at its best. It's pretty much all fake to a certain extent. There is a little bit of truth in some of it, but the majority of it's pro wrestling. And if y'all didn't know that, sorry for the spoiler. Let's see, Linda says, Jeff, it was Gordon Elliott, and I weighed a lot then, but I've lost it for health reasons. The show was about get fit for February or something. My daughter was a year. Okay. All right, Linda. Well, that's cool. And that's awesome that you lost all that weight too. Nothing wrong with that. Virginia says, I don't like the language on those shows. Yeah, I know it, Virginia. Well, they at least bleep them out, unless if you're watching the raw footage. Other than that, if you watch it on cable, they always bleeped it out. Gary says, thanks, Jeff. Next thing. Huh? Oh, yeah, hey, I was going to say he's retracted that. Oh, wait, he'll put it back up. Bill and Barb. Yeah, just for a show with drama. Yeah. Yeah, I think Gary was meaning, you know, when I was talking about the spoiler. It'd be, you know, for the ones that didn't know that it was fake. But I mean, he, you know, rest in peace, Jerry Springer. But he knew, he was smart. He knew how to grab the audience attention, and dang sure he made a show and made some dang good money on account of it. I mean, you know, got to give him props for being smart. Thanks, Jeff. Next thing you tell us, wrestling's not real. Yeah, I know, Gary. My poor old brother, back when he was little, you know, like 10 years old, and we told him that the wrestling was fake, he cried. He cried. He swore up and down that the wrestling was real. As far as the wrestling on TV. Oh, he was so mad and cried. Virginia says, they sure don't bleep anything on YouTube. Oh, yeah, no. Now, YouTube won't bleep it, Virginia. Yeah, that's YouTube. But back when it was coming on TV, on regular cable, they bleeped out all the bad stuff. But yeah, now YouTube, yeah, you'll hear the bad stuff on YouTube, Virginia. Lord, you hear it on mine every now and again. I apologize for it. I try not to do it too often. Scott says, that's what I'm saying, Gary. And Bill and Barb says, and there's no Santa Claus. Hey, now wait a minute, Bill and Barb. Now you're getting in on my territory now, because I still believe in Santa Claus. I don't know what you're talking about. I still believe in Santa. I look for him every year. Lordy. Virginia says, we met a lot of wrestlers in person. They stayed in the same hotel as us in Tampa. Oh, that's cool, Virginia. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I've met a few of them. I got to see not Rocky Road. That's the freaking candy bar. Who is it I'm trying to... Dusty Rhodes. There we go. I got to meet Dusty Rhodes. I got to meet the Bushwhackers. That was the two guys, you know, that swing their arms. I never did get to meet Hulk Hogan, but I got to meet Ric Flair though. Got to meet him. But now Hulk Hogan, I never did get lucky. He never did come around close enough to where I lived to where I could see him in person. But we had a lot of the big names that came to Caldwell County. Matter of fact, Scott, they did it at the rec center right there in Lenore. And all them names I just mentioned, other than Hulk Hogan, they all came to the rec center there in Lenore. But that's been a long, long time ago. Hell, you might not even been born, Scott, when that happened. I don't know. I know I was young. Oh Lord, now we're getting on the Tooth Fairy. Virginia says we met. Oh yeah, I read that. Scott says, thanks, Bill and Barb. Now if you're saying the Tooth Fairy ain't real, I'm leaving. They're laughing. Linda says Tootsie believes and says, yes, she does. Virginia says Hulk Hogan stopped at Brothers gas station and gas in his car. Really? Oh, that's cool. Scott says, always thought that it was a razor. Bushwhackers 2000. Yeah. Ed says, I used to believe in Santa Claus and Christmas till I saw Santa Claus come out of unemployment office. It broke my heart. Oh God, Ed. I figured you was gonna say something along the lines that you believed in Santa Claus till you saw Santa Claus kissing Mama. Leslie says, I'm going to visit Lenore one day. I got a Tridario. Well, come on, Leslie. You and Larry let me know when y'all are going to come to where I'm at. That way I can give you the grand tour of that would take about 2 minutes. Larry says, I had a huge crush on Miss Elizabeth. And well, Larry, if Leslie, on that note, if you and Larry do come or whatever, Larry, you might want to go see that rock in person and give it a big old hug. And I'm not meaning to try to change the subject there right quick. That got me thinking. Bill and Barb's laughing at Ed. Linda says, Ed, you're killing me. Virginia says, nephew and Hogan worked out same place. Really? Oh, that's cool, Virginia. Gary says, the lovely Miss Elizabeth. Yeah. I don't think she was there at that time when all that other crowd, and there was a few more, though, that were there that I'm struggling with trying to remember their names. But I pretty much named all the big, as far as the big ones. Now, we didn't have the Undertaker or whatever that other guy was that I'm struggling with. But as far as the ones that I did mention, they were there. They were there. And I like the old Bushwhackers. They were my favorite. And it's just because of how they acted. I think that's why I like them so much. Hey, Jimmy, good night, buddy. Don't work too hard. Yeah, Leslie says Larry loves that boulder. Well, it won't be long, Leslie. Even though it's going to be a sad day, but it won't be long. Larry's going to get to see that boulder again. Ed says, I retracted that, Linda. And everybody's saying goodnight to Jimmy. Yeah, Randy Savage. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Diamondback. He says, I'm back. Everyone finally. Hey, you. Well, if you were in earlier, Diamondback, and I didn't say hello, I apologize. I didn't see you. I didn't see your comment and didn't see you slip in. I thought I scrolled back every time, to catch up. So if you said something earlier, Diamondback, throw it back up here. Like I said, if I missed your comment, I do apologize. John says, I used to like the Freebirds. And Linda says, I saw The Rock at a hospital near me when he was filming a movie at the hospital. Really? Lord, you're getting to see all kinds of celebrities. And Virginia, too. Anyone here old enough to remember George the Animal Steel and his wife spent time at the pool with us? I know I'm not old enough. That Animal Steel sounds familiar to me. But I know I'm not old enough, Virginia. Scott says, I got to go get ready for work. See you in a couple of days. Hey, don't work too hard, Scott. And everybody's saying goodnight to Jimmy. Diamondback says, thankful for the reruns. Just got, okay. Well, that's no problem, Diamondback. I'm glad you come in. Like I said, everybody can come in when they want to, as far as in my live shows. Linda says, Diamondback, there you are. Bill and Barb saying goodnight to Scott. And Diamondback saying hey. And John says, George Animal Steel never could talk. He always 82 turnbuckles. And Larry says, I had Jake the Snake Roberts t-shirt when I was a kid. Yeah, I forgot about old Jake the Snake. He was there too, if I remember right. He was there too. Virginia, and I know I'm missing somebody else that was there. Of course, Lord, we're talking 40 years ago. Virginia says he used to take bites out of paddling on the ring. He had a green tug. Okay, now I don't remember that part, Virginia. So yeah, I don't remember that, and I didn't think I would know anyway, because that was probably way back before my time. Everybody's telling Scott goodnight. And then, John says he'd always eat the turnbuckles in the ring. Okay, yeah, I don't remember none of that. Lazy says, Larry, quit letting people know how dorky you were. Wait a minute, who me? You talking about me, Leslie? Who was he letting know that I was dorky? If he's, oh, bless your heart, Dennis. You feeling all right tonight? I mean, I know I talked to you earlier, checking on you. But I know you hadn't been sleeping good because that knee's, been bothering you from the surgery and stuff. But I'm glad it's getting better though. Also, Bill and Barb says, anybody remember Wahoo McDaniel? That name sounds familiar to me, Bill. For some reason, that name sounds familiar, but I'm not real sure on who that is. But that name does sound familiar to me. Larry says, sometimes I put Leslie in a figure 4 and a full Nelson. Seriously. I was waiting. I figured somebody was going to say something about that, the wrestling moves. Oh, Lordy, I was waiting. Leslie says, no, he was dorky, not you. Oh, okay. I was misreading that, Leslie. I apologize. I told you, you know how easily I'll get confused and not understand half the mess I'm reading. Virginia says, he talked a lot to us until his fans came over for autographs. And John says, Georgia Championship Wrestling was always the best. Now, hey, John, on that note, and I'll pause the comments here. On that note, I know back when wrestling was a happening thing, my favorite thing was the when they would do the cage fighting, the cage wrestling. And what was that called? Royal Rumble. I think it was called the Royal Rumble. That was always my favorite part because it was last man standing. And it always wasn't in a cage, so I take that back. They always wasn't in a cage, but it was always where they all got in the ring at one time, and whoever the last one standing in the ring was who won the championship or the belt or whatever. That was the part I enjoyed the most. And then, of course, also the cage fighting. I remember the cage wrestling, whatever you want to call it. Linda says, Larry, poor Leslie. And Bill Barr says, famous Florida wrestler and played on my... Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that part. Leslie says, it's rough, Linda. He's a lot to handle. That's what it sounds like, Leslie. Dennis says, I had therapy about 6 and it went good. So after he left, I fell asleep and Teresa just let me say, hey, and I completely understand that, Dennis, because I know you haven't been sleeping well. I mean, I talk to you pretty much every day. And I know you got to get in a certain position to where you're able to sleep. But like we've been telling each other though, just let time keep ticking by, and that knee will get back to normal and better. Linda says, Leslie, I know my husband. Wait a minute, jumped on me. Leslie, I know my husband is quiet, but if you get him going, help. Larry says, when I spent the night with my grandma, we would watch Glow. Gorgeous ladies of really. Now I never heard of that, Larry. And Ed says, I went to a wrestling match one time. Got so excited because they were beating the guy up. I jumped up on the apron to help him, and they throwed me out of the building. Lord have mercy. Yeah, pronounced wrestling. Yeah, instead of wrestling. And Barton Bill saying, hey to Dennis and Teresa. Ed says, I was young then. Virginia says to John, George was formerly a college professor. John says, there was a wrestler, I can't remember what his name was, but I think the chain broke on the cage and he fell on the floor. Yeah, who was that died? It wasn't Undertaker. And it wasn't, Lord, who was that died? I remember that, John. Larry says, please tell me someone in here has heard of Glow. I hadn't. I told you, Jeff, Larry was a huge dork. And Dennis is saying, hey to Barb Bill. And Larry says, Owen Hart. Okay, Owen Hart. What was his wrestling name, though, Larry? Didn't he have a wrestling name? I'm struggling with it myself. I was waiting on him to. Bill and Barb says, nope, never heard of Glow. Yeah, and I hadn't either. And he's put Owen Hart laughing. And he might be messing with me. But I can't, like I said, I remember a wrestler dying. And of course I know it was an accident. But I can't think of who that was. If that's who you're, Glenn Owen. Glowing Owen. It's what Leslie's saying. And then Larry says, if that's who you're talking about. And Bill says it's Bobby Hart. And Gary says, was it called the Hart Foundation? And Leslie says, I made that up. And I'm caught up with the comments at the moment. All right, let me get, because I know some of y'all haven't got to see Tootsie yet. Let me get Tootsie up here on camera. Come here. Come on. Get up here. Well, now I got my 4th of July Bucky's shirt on. And we're long past 4th of July. Come here. Come on. I know I woke you up, you snoozing. Anyhow, she got beautified today. So she's got her fall scarf on. Say hey to everybody that just come in new. John says, I remember it happening on the pay-per-view and everybody thought it was part of the act. Yeah, I didn't see it or anything. I remember hearing about it. Oh, excuse me. Leslie's saying hey to you. Larry says he's got the same scarf, Tootsie. He's got the same scarf. Yeah. Linda's saying hey. Barn Bill says you're a pretty girl. Okay. Well, I thought you was saying hug there for a second. You're saying treat. She won't be able to get her treat till we get to the camper. I don't have any treats in the car. They're in the camper. And of course she 30 minutes is usually when she eats. Angie saying hey. But yeah, I mean, I'm calling it an early night tonight. I mean, I've been on for 2 hours. Gary, 2 hours, just saying hey to you. Yeah, okay. They want me to give you a hug. Yeah, they want me to give you a hug. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you like loveies, don't you? You like loveies, don't you? Yes, you do. You smell so good. You smell so good. Let me make sure I didn't miss a comment. I'm trying to catch them as they're popping up. Yeah, and his pink tail, yeah. Well, I can't help it's pink, but it's, I've got a green one, though. It's just not time to get the green one yet. Hey, Lordy. But I appreciate all y'all coming in tonight, though. I really do. I enjoyed it again tonight. I might take next week off, though. Only because of what we was talking about earlier. So I might take next week off. And then again, though, you never know. Sometimes I go live during the weekend sometimes. Diamondback says he loves you. And Gail, Leslie's mama's saying good night to you. And Barben Bill says blood pressure goes down 20 points in hugs and hugging dogs. Right. Virginia says she goes to beauty shop more than I do. Well, I can't help it, Virginia. I gotta spoil her like Mama did, Linda says, bye. Hey, thanks for coming in, Linda. Yeah, I'm getting ready to call it a night too. And like I said, tomorrow night, for whoever wants to come play trivia, we got the Twilight Zone. I don't know how much I'm gonna know about it. I remember watching the show, but I was little. I was young when I watched that show, along with Alfred Hitchcock and Tales from the Crypt. But yeah, all y'all have a good night tonight. Thank you for coming in. And me and Tootsie love you all. And of course, now some of y'all I'll be seeing here in a few days. And David, I got to meet David tomorrow at the Goat Coaster. But until next time, though, we love all y'all. And we will see you on the next go round. Good night, everybody. Tell them bye, Toots. Here, tell them bye. Wave bye to them. Wave bye to them.